So I will start with a new chapter. The name of the chapter is trade. Clear? And the last time also we have seen the little bit glimpse of a trade. So trading is nothing but लेन देन. In Hindi we can say बेचना या खरीदना. ठीक है, बेचना खरीदना. So trade is nothing but that only. So we will try and understand in depth what is exactly trade, what is the types of trade. We will try and understand internal, international, and we will try to understand the distinguish between. We will understand what is trade and what is their types. If you are selling something, and so you will sell in your country, that will become the internal trade, and you will sell something out of the country, that will become the international trade. So in internal trade also there are types, in international trade also there are types. So that we are going to learn today. Okay, the chapter is very interesting, and it is a part of commerce, so that's why we are learning. Clear? So here the one case study is given over here. Let's read. In a small village in Ratnagiri district, Mohan was growing rice. Okay, Mohan is a person. He is growing a rice in Ratnagiri. Whatever he could grow, he sold it is in village in retail price, and he didn't know the marketing strategy. So Mohan is a boy. Mohan is growing rice in Ratnagiri village, small village, and whatever he grows, he is selling in the retail price. Retail price means normal price where others are selling. He don't know about the marketing strategy. One day his friend came to meet him from Pune. One day Mohan friend from Pune came to meet him, and when they discussed about their economic growth, Mohan wasn't ready to reply. So his friend Rajiv, who was a marketing field, suggested him that he could develop his farm with mangoes, nuts and jackfruit, and he would develop his business with internal and foreign trade also. Mohan surprised and asked about the process. So Mohan was growing rice only. So one of his friend came from Pune, and he had tell told him that you can grow your business by producing the fruits like mango and nuts. So then Mohan was very curious, and Mohan asked him what is the process, how I can proceed further. Then Rajiv suggested that Mohan already had some trees of mangoes and jackfruits in his field. Then Rajiv have suggested that Mohan already had some trees of mango jackfruit in his field. He should try to send his goods to big cities like Mumbai, Pune. Ratnagiri mangoes are famous and have the mark of geographical indication. So Rajiv has suggested that you already had a mango trees, so just uh, send the sample in city side, because your Ratnagiri, according to the geographical Ratnagiri, mangoes are more famous, and his goods could easily sell in these cities because of famous, and this kind of internal trade would give him a big profit. So because when the Mohan will sell the mangoes, and obviously the mangoes are coming from Ratnagiri, he will get the profit, and with the profit he would develop his farm by imposing necessary tools for his business. Okay, so whatever profit he will get, he will invest in his business. And he suggested him that he could he could take variety of products of mangoes, jackfruits and nuts in commercial way. He would export his goods in foreign countries. Okay, more accepted Rajiv's suggestion. Started as a farmer become a good businessman by trading his good. More an example suggests us that Indian farmer can do a good business with the help of trade. So here, in short, I can say that here in the case study is saying that the Mohan is a person who is growing a rice, and if he is growing a mango and he is selling, he is trading in the internal trade also become a good businessman. Okay, so here with the help of trade we can become a good businessman. Like even if you all are doing a business of any kind of, so when you started trading internally or externally, then there is a chances your business you will become a good businessman and you can earn lots of profit. Clear? Let's start. So in introduction, what is trade exactly? Okay, trade plays a vital role in economy of every country. Okay, what it means, if I talk about the financial condition of any country, trade plays a very important role. Okay, the overall development of economy is an outcome of proper functioning of a trade. If I talk about why some countries are rich, some countries are poor, because those rich countries trading are very smooth. That's why those countries are important. If I talk about the America are selling their product very nicely, their functioning of the trading is going on very nicely. But if I talk about the poor country, they are not they are even not doing their trading also, and their functioning of the trade is not good. Buying and selling of goods and service for money worth is fundamental feature of trade. So what is the features of trade? Buying and selling. Okay, and other is the transfer of ownership of goods and service from one person or entity to other. So trade is nothing but buying and selling. If I am selling you the pencil, so before selling, the ownership of the pencil is mine, but after selling, the ownership of the pencil is yours. So the transfer of ownership is taking place. The original form of trade was barter. Okay, so what is the original form of trade? In the past, it is a barter, the direct exchange of goods and service. After invention of acceptance of common currency, money trade become greatly simplified. So before, if I talk about nowadays, we all even we are not using physical money, we are using digital money. If I talk GPay and many more other application, but the original form of trading was a barter system before, but now it is converted totally. Clear? Now let's understand what is the meaning of trade. Trade means the process of exchange of goods and service, as simple as that. Right now I am doing a trading also with all of you. Of how? Because I am giving service to you, right? So trading means exchange of the goods. Goods means pencil, mobile phone, everything that is good, that comes under the goods. Service means I am doing service. Okay, trade refer to buying and selling of goods and service with the objective of earning profit. Trade is what, why the person is doing a trade, because they want to earn a profit, as simple as that. Trade establish a link between the producer and consumer. So because of trade, there is a link is establishes between the factory people and the customer, and it is carried out by buyer and seller. Clear? In short, I can say that trade means exchanging of a goods and service. Why? Because the person wants to uh, gain a profit. That's why. Clear? Now we will understand the types of trade. In trade also there are types. Yes, just think about the Mohan case. Mohan was selling in internal trade and the external, which means foreign trade. Clear? So we will try and understand that. So in internal trade there is wholesaler coming and retail is coming, and in retail also there is itinerant and fixed shop retailer. We will try and understand each and every one, each and every block. And if I talk about the external, import means we are purchasing a mobile from China. Export means we are selling our spices, and report means mixing of both. I will explain you each and everything, each and every block we will come. Just keep in your mind, trade means trade of also two types. The one is that you will do a business within your country and outside the country, as simple as that. Okay, clear? Now, if I talk about the internal trade, one by one we will see. First, we will see about the country related. Okay, so keep in mind the Mohan example. So, with the help of Mohan example, we will try and cover our chapter very nicely. Clear? When the goods and service are purchased or sold within the country, okay, and it is referred internal trade as simple. Whenever you are selling goods like mango and service you are giving in the country, that is called internal trade. Clear? So example is also giving purchasing a goods from the door salesman. Okay, door salesman. So you are purchasing a goods from a door salesman's local shop, exhibition, regional market, departmental store. Mall are the example of internal trade. Like as a from a customer point of view, if you are purchasing within the country, that is internal trade. Clear? And if you are purchasing something which is from outside, like you are going to Canada and you are purchasing a product, that will become the foreign trade. Okay, when the buyers and sellers both are from the same country, okay, when the buyer and seller means of a Mohan is also in living in Maharashtra and I am living in Kashmir and the same country, it is known as internal trade. Clear? Trade between two states or cities, same country is considered as, so as simple as that. Like if I am selling from Maharashtra to Hyderabad, that will also called internal trade. From Mumbai to Pune, internal trade. Okay, and buyers are also living in India and seller are also living in India, then also it is a internal trade. Clear? As there is a gap between production and consumption, there is a need to have a proper channel of distribution, and the channel of distribution is very important. Okay, in the internal trade, usually the producer are situated at one place, whereas the consumer are scattered over a wide area. Okay, scattered over a wide area. And so if I talk about obviously the production and consumption, there is a gap between the producing and the consumption. Producing and the consumption, which means I am producing too much mango, but there is no requirement of mango only. So there is a gap. So there is a need to have a proper channel to fill this gap. Like which means the factory and customer, factory somewhere else, and how that from factory that particular product is going to be reached. So there is need to have some kind of distribution. That distribution means usually a producer is situated at a place whereas consumers scatter wide area. Like for example, the Mohan is in Ratnagiri and the customer are all over the India. So there is a huge gap. So there is a big gap, okay, between the producer, between the factory people and the customer. So this gap can be shortened by channel of distribution. And how this gap can be shortened by channel of distribution? How? Because the factory product can be distributed in that way, so it will reach to each and every customer. Clear? In the right time, right quantity to different intermediary. For example, it will be the manufacturer first, it will the manufacturer, then wholesale, retail, consumer. Consumer is in the fourth section. You can see that wholesaler means and retailer, we will try and understand that in depth. So now the channel of distribution, now we will try and understand the channel of distribution, how the particular mango, Mohan mango, is reaching to our at home. Clear? First, the types of trades. So internal trade also have two types. The one is the wholesale and retailer. So first from the factory it will go to the wholesale, then it will go to retail, then the customer are purchasing from the retail. Like during the May summer vacation, we are purchasing from the shop only. We will not purchase the Ratnagiri Aam from the khet where it is producing. Clear? So the first is wholesale trade. When goods are purchased in large quantities from the manufacturer or producer for the purpose of resale to retailer, it is known as wholesale trade. Wholesale trade is nothing but I am purchasing, like for example, I am living in Mumbai, okay, and Mohan is in Ratnagiri selling a mango, and I want to purchase a mango in a bulk order, okay, in a bulk, and then I will sell from my godown to the retail. and then they will sell the mango on their vendor, like in on their retailer they will sell the mango. The person who is engaged in wholesale trade, it is known as wholesaler. I am a person, I am called as wholesaler. Wholesaler buys goods from manufacturer and sell it to retailer. So wholesaler is a buyer and seller. So I am a wholesaler, I am buying from the producer, then I am selling to the retailer. So I will called as the I will also called as buyer as well as seller. Clear? The wholesaler may perform different function in the purpose of distribution of goods and service. It enables the producer to reach the consumer. Okay, let's take example in your area. If you see the vegetable shop in your area, those people are the retailer, so they are also getting the vegetable from somewhere else, and that somewhere else is called as wholesaler. They are not getting directly the vegetable directly from the khet, right? The wholesaler. So from the wholesaler they are purchasing and they are selling in your area. Clear? Okay, now the definition is given over here about the wholesaler. According to the Philip Kotler, wholesaling includes all the activities selling to those buy and resell the business. Okay, Thomas is giving true wholesaler. Wholesaler is himself neither a manufacturer nor retailer, but that is so he is saying that Thomas is saying that wholesaler is nothing but wholesaler himself. Like I am not a manufacturer, I am not a retailer. I am a link between two. That is meant as wholesaler. Clear? I am stopping here.